Before we begin, please be advised that viewer discretion is strongly recommended. None of the content presented here has been exaggerated or taken out of context. These are the exact statements made by the prosecution team, defense team, Derek Ferguson, and Eddie Garcia. On June 3, 2025, some words have been censored to comply with YouTube's guidelines. What you're about to hear is a voiced-over reading of Derek Ferguson and Eddie Garcia's testimony in the Sean Diddy Combs trial. Source: courtroom reporter at Inner City Press on X.com. All parties are presumed innocent until proven guilty. Listen at your own discretion.
The government calls Eddie Garcia. Where did you work on the day in question?
The Intercontinental Hotel. I was told there was an incident involving Sean Combs.
Do you see him here? Let me show you your sign-in sheet for that day.
Yes, I signed that. Week ending March 10th, 2016.
Could you monitor all the cameras?
Not all, but more than one at a time.
Would you be required to check the monitors?
Yes.
Did you initially recognize the individual involved in this incident?
Not at first, but when I looked closer, yes, it was Mr. Sean Combs.
And did you learn who the second individual was?
Yes, Ms. Cassie Ventura.
Why was law enforcement not called?
Ms. Ventura did not request it.
Did you review the incident report?
Yes, there was an attachment that I didn't open on the computer, a video file.
Did you receive a call?
Yes.
From who?
Christina Coram with a New York area code. She asked if I had the video.
What did she ask for?
The video. She said Mr. Combs had been intoxicated and didn't remember exactly.
At this moment, the defense objected, and it was sustained. Then they had a sidebar, then continued.
What did you tell Ms. Coram?
That she would have to talk to management.
Did she reach out again?
Yes, I got a call from the lobby that she was there looking for me.
What did she ask for?
The video.
How did you respond?
That she had to talk to management or file a subpoena.
Did you tell her what you saw in the video?
Yes, I told her. Off the record, it's bad.
Did you get another call?
Yes, from an NY area code. It was Ms. Coram. She put someone else on the phone.
Who?
Mr. Combs, he asked, "Do you know who I am?"
What did you say?
I said yes. He asked for the video, said he had been intoxicated. I told him, I can't give the video.
How did he sound?
He was talking fast and stuttering. He sounded nervous.
Did you email management?
Yes.
Bring up GX7R149. What is it?
The email I sent?
At this moment, the defense objected, and it was overruled.
Did you get more calls from Ms. Coram?
Yes, on my personal number.
How did you react?
Nervous. Ms. Coram passed the phone to Mr. Combs again.
What did he say?
That I sounded like a good guy, that he could help. That something like this could ruin him. He wanted the video. He said if it got out, it would ruin his career. I said I didn't have access to the server. He told me he believed I could make it happen. He would take care of me.
What did you think he meant?
Money for the video.
What did you do?
Reached out to my supervisor about it.
Who was your supervisor?
Bill Medrano. He told me he would do it for $50,000.
What did you think that meant?
He'd give the video for $50,000.
What did you do?
Called Christina, who put Mr. Combs on. He called me Eddie my angel. Mr. Combs told me I knew you could do it. Let's do it right away. I told Bill Medrano.
What did he do?
He went into the server room. Then he handed me a black USB and said, "Done." The video was in the USB.
What did you do?
Told Mr. Combs.
Where did Mr. Combs want to meet?
West LA. He said, "Let's get it done." He wanted the video as soon as possible. I told Bill Medrano. He told me to tell the others I was on an errand for him.
GX8A104. What hours did you list?
10:1800.
Where was the meeting point?
A big high-rise building. I called the number and someone came, said he was Mr. Combs' bodyguard.
How did he look?
Older African-American, heavy-set, 6 feet 3 inches to 6 feet 5 inches.
What did he say?
That he kind of came up with Mr. Combs, that he was a good guy and I was doing a good thing.
Upstairs?
Mr. Combs was smiling, called me Eddie my angel. My voice was cracking, so I said I was coming down with something. Mr. Combs told Christina to go get me some of the tea that he liked. Then he asked, "Do you have it?" I said yes and handed it to him.
What'd he do?
He left, came back. He asked if it was the only copy.
And you said?
I believe so. Mr. Combs said it had to be the only copy, nothing in the cloud. I called Mr. Medrano, and he said it was the only copy. He took it off the server.
What else did you say?
That if Cassie filed a complaint, I could get in trouble. Mr. Combs said don't worry. Cassie wanted it gone too. He called her on FaceTime and showed me. She was in a hoodie, but I recognized her.
What did Ms. Ventura say?
That she had a movie coming out and wanted this to not come out. He wanted my ID and that of Mr. Medrano and the responding officer, Mr. Flores. But he is a very straight guy and probably wouldn't do it. I told Bill Medrano.
What did Mr. Medrano say?
We'd get Henry Elias, the other responding officer. When Mr. Combs saw the IDs, he looked at Henry's and said, "Yeah, that's him." Then he brought out the NDAs that I wouldn't speak about it.
GXC-106. Do you recognize this?
It states I have provided the only copy of the video.
Did you read it?
No, I was nervous.
Were you given a copy?
No.
And the NDA? What were the liquidated damages?
$1 million.
How much were you making?
$10.50 an hour.
Then what?
Mr. Combs put cash through the money counter. There were stacks of $10,000 at a time. The machine displayed at the end $100,000.
Why the additional $50,000?
For me and what he thought was Israel Flores.
How did Mr. Combs give you the $100,000?
In a brown paper bag.
Was the bodyguard there?
Yes.
And Ms. Coram, was she present?
I would say at some point, yes, I stood up.
Signifying?
That I'd be leaving. Mr. Combs escorted me to my car. He asked how I'd be spending it. He said not to make any big purchases.
At this moment, the defense objected, and the judge told the jury to disregard that last answer.
What did you do?
Called Bill Madrano and gave him $50,000.
How much to Mr. Elias?
$20,000.
What did you do with your $30,000?
Bought a used car with cash.
Did you hear from Mr. Combs again?
Yes, he called and told me, Happy Easter if I ever needed anything.
And did you reach out to him later?
A few years later via Instagram, asking if there was work in LA. I never heard back.
Mr. Flores, did you see this video again?
Yes, on a news outlet. Also, Mr. Flores messaged me a screenshot.
Did you keep these messages?
No, I wanted nothing to do with it.
Were you contacted by law enforcement?
Yes.
Did you tell the truth?
No, I wanted nothing to do with it.
Did you get your own lawyer and then told the truth?
Yes.
No further questions.
At this moment, the cross-examination began. Sir, you were in the condominium unit with Mr. Combs and others and received double what your boss was requesting. Fair?
Yes.
You told your boss because you are honest, right?
Yes.
You asked Mr. Combs for work?
Yes.
Let me show you the NDA. This part says exclusions, right?
Under NDA, you can't speak, is my understanding.
It says nothing prohibits truthful statement in a legal proceeding.
I see that.
You weren't law enforcement?
No.
I have nothing further. At this moment, the redirect started.
NDA, paragraph 4. Can you read it after however?
Notify company to allow company to prevent disclosure.
So you'd have to notify them first?
Yes.
Nothing further. With that, the government calls Derek Ferguson. How do you know Mr. Combs?
Worked for him 1998 to 2017.
What was your role?
CFO.
How were your bonuses determined?
Company results and my performance.
Were you responsible for managing Mr. Combs' personal finances?
Yes, at times during my tenure.
Who was your supervisor?
Sometimes to Mr. Combs himself.
How often did you interact with Mr. Combs?
A couple of times a week. Later, he became more of a chairman.
How did you communicate with him?
Back then, pagers.
Who is this?
Paul.
And these individuals?
Roger Bonds and D-Rock. They were security.
Was Mr. Combs the sole owner?
Yes, 100% of Bad Boy Productions and Films.
What was his role?
Creative and marketing.
Did some ventures have partners?
Bad Boy Records with Arista, also with Warner. Sean Jean Clothing had a partner.
What were the profits?
Very profitable.
How was Mr. Combs paid?
Sometimes salary, sometimes distributions from the companies.
What is a distribution?
If solely owned or passed through like S-Corp, the owner determines to draw down.
Did each have a bank account?
Yes.
Could you sign on the accounts?
Yes.
Which banks did the Combs companies use?
Citibank, HSBC, and Signature Bank.
What is this one?
Janice Combs Music Incorporated. It furnished his name and likeness.
Mr. Ferguson, are these your initials in Section 4?
Yes, it was September 29th, 2009.
Is this also a business checking account?
Yes.
And this one?
With Diageo, about Ciroc.
How was this account funded?
Inflows.
What about credit cards?
Primarily American Express, expense reimbursements.
Did Mr. Combs have an American Express?
Yes.
Did he use it for personal as well as professional?
Yes.
And the companies paid?
Yes.
How was outgoing cash handled?
We had a petty cash account and cash advances, for example, for those traveling who didn't have American Express cards.
When Mr. Combs was paid in cash, how did it work?
We'd match it if a contract...
Were you aware of Mr. Combs' security staff carrying cash for him?
I was not aware of that.
And when you were responsible for his personal finances, what did you do?
Budget for the year.
Properties?
Inflows and outflows.
What properties did he own?
The Hamptons, New York, Miami, they were held in LLCs for anonymity and liability reduction and tax benefits.
Did you oversee other personal accounts of Mr. Combs?
Yes.
Were you aware of him supporting other people?
Yes, from his personal earnings.
Your Honor, this might be a good place for us to take our break. Mr. Ferguson, before the break we were discussing these bank records. What is 207 Anderson LLC?
Mr. Combs' property in Alpine, New Jersey.
What is the mailing address?
1710 Broadway.
What are these internal transfers?
$190,000 and $575,000 and $100,000 in December 2011.
Who decided whether to initiate an internal transfer?
Usually the comptroller.
Do you remember these?
No.
And this outward transfer, to whom did it go?
Cassandra Ventura.
For how much?
$20,000.
And this one coming in?
Roderick Ventura for $20,000.
When did you leave the CFO position?
End of 2012, then Chief Growth Officer, the Revolt Media and TV.
After you left, how often did you communicate with Mr. Combs?
He texted me in 2024. I don't remember the day.
Let me show you.
I see.
Nothing further.
You grew up in the Bronx? Where did you go to high school?
Stuyvesant.
Where did you go to business school?
Harvard MBA 1990.
Then BMG Music Group?
Yes, they own over 100 music labels worldwide. They own Arista, 50% of Bad Boy Records at a certain period of time.
Could Mr. Combs then do whatever he wanted?
No, there were Arista agreements. Coming from the Bronx, I thought he needed more companies that would hire people from the community. I saw that in Sean Combs. I thought it was a chance to have an impact.
What was the onboarding?
Interview, met some at Arista.
So you didn't just meet Mr. Combs and get the job?
No.
How did Bad Boy change from 1999 to 2012?
It added other businesses, records were getting competitive.
Do you remember Notorious LLC?
It was a magazine called Notorious.
Bad Boy Records was established in 1993?
I think it was in 1996.
Did Bad Boy have connections to Interscope?
Yes, and UMG, Rhino.
Who is Andre Harrell?
He founded Uptown Records, went to Motown, then back to Bad Boy.
What was the spirits business called?
Eventually it was called Combs Wines and Spirits. I was involved in the start with Diageo.
What issues arose with Diageo?
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and it was unclear if it was sustained or overruled.
Were there differences about how to market?
There are always differences of opinion. We had conversations. How do we drive it more? Was the brand everywhere like competitors?
At this moment, the prosecution asked for a sidebar. Then they continued.
Were you concerned that Diageo was marketing Ciroc primarily in certain areas to certain people?
My opinion?
On your personal knowledge.
The distribution was highly concentrated. The question was why. Diageo was marketing it more in urban areas than more broadly.
Okay, what about Revolt? It was owned by Highbridge Capital Management, which was purchased by JP Morgan Chase.
I think so.
Highbridge had 2 seats?
Yes, 2 of 5 seats on Revolt.
What were you at Revolt?
Chief Operating Officer.
What did that entail?
Finance, production.
And Sean Combs wasn't in the management, right?
He was not.
Let's look at DX1901 about Combs Enterprises. Let's put up the redacted version. Here you have James Cruz and the HR officer after Vashta Wilson, Andre Harrell, and yourself.
This is the team.
What is digital? Your pause says enough. Personal versus business expenses. What's your accounting background?
I was a CPA for a time.
You never saw Mr. Combs sitting reviewing his American Express bill?
No.
When there was a partnership with another company, they would look at the books as well, right?
Yes.
Many high-profile people have personal assistants, yes?
They do?
Security was part of the business?
Yes.
Security's job was to be in close proximity with Mr. Combs so that no one would do something dangerous to him, right?
Right.
Let's talk about cash. What was the cash receipt form? When is it used?
For example, touring.
At this moment, the defense asked for a sidebar, then continued.
Did you see anyone help Sean Combs commit crimes?
No.
Did you see anyone make the company stronger through coercion?
Can you explain that one? What did you mean by coercion?
Through, or anything like that?
No.
You were there 19 years. How hard was it?
Building from scratch, long hours.
Did you send Mr. Combs a text in November 2017?
No.
I'll show you. Did you tell Mr. Combs you learned so much from him?
Yes. He pushed the entire team. He had passion.
You're a religious man?
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and it was sustained.
You're on the board of his charter school?
Yes.
The school tries to work with at-risk children?
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and it was sustained.
Do you think highly of Mr. Combs?
I don't know how to respond to that.
Nothing further.
At this moment, the redirect began.
Was Revolt Films entirely separate from Revolt TV?
Yes.
Who was the head of Revolt Films?
I don't know.
Did you ever stay in a hotel room with Mr. Combs?
No.
On this org chart, who is the chairman?
Sean Combs.
And you see Christina Coram here.
Yes.
Do you see the name Mia?
Development and acquisitions.
Nothing further.
At this moment, the recross began.
You didn't go to his home or hotel because that's his personal life, right?
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and it was sustained.
Nothing further.
And that was it for the day in the Diddy trial. What do you think about today's testimonies? Do you think these testimonies help the defense or the prosecution? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you tomorrow.